On a grand angle today, we talk about Niger, the West African nation, which has been in the news of late, especially as it concerns the U.S. In a travel warning issued by the U.S. State Department on Monday, American citizens were urged not to visit Niger's border regions due to the threat of kidnappings by terrorist organizations.
The warning directs that the American nationals should avoid visiting areas close to the border of Niger with Libya and Mali, and also Lake Chad basin and the Diffa region in the southeast of the country. We will explore in detail the impact of terrorism on the tourism sector in Niger and in the region with Dayak Mauli, a cultural promoter who is located in Niamey, Niger. Hello, Dayak Mauli. The United States came to issue a red alert on travel to Niger. What will be the impact of such warning on tourism in the country, which is already suffering after years of stigma, in particular with the incursion of Boko Haram in the south of the country? We must already know that tourism has been crippled for several years in Niger. It's mainly concentrated on the businesses linked to tourism in Niamey, in the capital. Thus, after the death of 4 American soldiers not far from Niamey, this is a little bit not normal, since we've been issued with notice as a measure of precaution, but the NER is a red zone for larger parts of the territory since the beginning. Has not changed that much.
Molly, you say you are planning an event in Agadesh, a desert area once prized by tourists. Do you think that your event might suffer from the recent events in Niger, or on the contrary, is it an opportunity to change the perception of Niger and show that your country has much to offer beyond the image of a country in crisis?
Our approach through the report towards the event is not necessary to help Niger. It's actually an event for the development of tourism in West Africa. The idea is a little bit to suggest that to the state to involve a little more in the cultural policies in favor of tourism in this region, which is actually having directly affected by terrorism, because we are affected by the widespread of the Arabs and also the Tuareg, who are the major locals in the area. And then with this phenomena and with the drug trafficking, sometimes the weapons are also moving from one region to the other. It actually increase the insecurity level. And many of the people from this region often specifically think that if tourism resumes, and also if people are employed, and also if people had interest in certain areas, they will actually mobilize to try to protect what they have. And therefore, terrorists in Mali, and most of them, are from Tuareg, and some are even coming from Arab. On the other side of the border in Niger, these are also people who belong to the same family. Therefore, somewhere we are able to meet, discuss, and try to solve issues positively.
Alors ça me permet de rebondir sur ce que vous avez dit,
How and through which mechanism will the forum follow? What is expected from you?
Qu'y a-t-il de prévu pour ce forum?
It is a forum where we hope to have a few ministers from the sub-region and other countries within Africa, the African institutions, experts from sectors, to try to discuss during these 2 days on these questions and see how we can do to try to improve things, and even to move towards a development of tourism that is working for the economy, and that is even more sustainable. We know that, for example, that the French are very sought after being affected by terrorism. That is a market value. But we think that this is not necessary on this clientele thereon, which is his position. If there are over 500 to 600 million of population who are affected, then measures will be taken, and since we have a larger percentage of the world that is not affected by this threat, then we call upon Niger to see all the relevance, and also to see the countries within the sub-region to see the relevance to develop tourism for the margins of our countries and to seek clientele elsewhere. Today, there are a lot of Africans who have the means to travel, people from diaspora, and in our approach, this development must be sometimes which be directly affecting the citizen.